This man, Jonathan Owens, also known to some as Simone Biles' husband, just became the most hated man on the internet because he unknowingly and innocently just said something that registered a Kevin Samuels on the Richter scale. They grabbed all their pitchforks and tiki torches in an attempt to sabotage a marriage between two seemingly happy black people. This is the conversation that started all of this, and when I come back, I'll explain the real reason why this situation went viral.
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord.
Hey, organic story, man. So my boys are like, hey, man, you gotta check out this app, you know? And I'm like, nah, I'll check it out. Like, well, literally have been on the app for a couple of days, man. And it's like, she pops up and I'm like, let me see who this is. I swiped her and it said we matched. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout and I come back and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, you know? And I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story when she.
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened, everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you said.
Because I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not going to say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year, I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man, it was like we hit it off instantly.
Now, there's more to this that the blogs didn't play because they left out the part where we talked about taking a woman with a $16 million net worth on a date that was significantly below the Cheesecake Factory, but a slight step up from a coffee date. And we're going to come back to that. But to understand why this triggered black women the way that it did, it's going to take a history lesson. Notice the parallels. Kevin Samuels' first video to blow up wasn't actually the average at best video. It was actually the CJ King video. CJ King was a brother who just finished up his law degree and made a very statistically accurate statement explaining how he was the prize. Black women were triggered because they said, how dare you go out and accomplish and become everything that we say that we want and simultaneously have the nerves to be consciously aware of it. When Kevin Samuels did that video, that's what kind of sparked women to start calling into his show to learn how to get a CJ King. And that's what ultimately led to Miss Average at Best calling into his show to harshly find out why she didn't qualify for a CJ King and making Kevin Samuels a household name in the process. History lesson over. A low-level NFL player with a minimum NFL salary of just $1 million a year has more value on the dating market than a female Olympic gold medalist who's the best to ever do it in her profession and is worth $16 million. Because women don't barter and trade with their accomplishments. You can win 50 gold medals.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Women barter and trade with their looks, and Simone Biles is cute. But we can't pretend like this man does not have these kind of options. And we know what the women that athletes mess with look like. So the former NFL players on this show was capping when they was like, man, how did you pull Simone Biles? Like, shut up. When you were in the league, you were not checking for Simone Biles or Gabby Douglas. So when the two of them met on an invite-only dating app for rich and famous people, do you know how tough that competition had to be? Simone Biles saw the scoreboard, and like this commenter said, he swiped second, which means she swiped first. She wrote him first. She liked his social media first, and she drove 45 minutes to meet him. In their situation, it seemed like she knew that he was the catch. This woman won, and she knows she won, and she loves this man's dirty draws. But like typical black woman fashion, they gotta snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. When they say he is Simone Biles' husband, she says
he might, because the other day I said, you know what, in a couple years, nobody is gonna call him Simone Biles' husband. They'll call me Jonathan Owens' wife.
Speaking of, I don't know if you...
When they make a list of places that they won't go on a first date.
Yo, went to get
milk and cookies, and
cookie spot in Houston, the #1 rated cookie spot.
#1 rated cookie spot, and it was so...
They went out for milk and cookies, and she was happy about it, worth $16 million. It's chicks that make $16 an hour and talking about where they not gonna go on a first date. And if you've ever listened to Simone Biles, this little 4'8" woman in an interview, she's the most sweetest, nicest little thing imaginable. And this man, who was 1 year into the NFL, was just becoming the master of his own universe, had all of this at his disposal, chose to be with a regular looking, but cute and really sweet, dark-skinned black woman that respects and adores him. That's beautiful. Right? I mean, y'all do care about black love, right? Oh, it's only black love if the man is a simp who worships the woman. My bad. Tap the box to see the actual data on how wrong black women are when it comes to high-earning black men.